So hi, here we are going to discuss the Civil Services Prelims Paper 2. This is the set D, and we are going to discuss only the mathematical and the reasoning part, not the verbal part. So let's look at this question first. So this is certain 3-digit numbers have the following characteristics. All the 3 digits are different. The number is divisible by 7. The number on reversing the digits is also divisible by 7. How many such 3-digit numbers are there? So let's solve this one. This is question number 9. So we simply assume that the number is, say, A, B, C. That is a 3-digit number. Is divisible by 7. On reversing the digits, that is CBA, that is again divisible by 7. Now if you subtract both the numbers, assuming that this is the larger number, you get something like 100C plus 10B plus A minus 100A plus 10B plus C. So when you subtract both these, you get 99C, B and B cancels, minus 99A. So that is 99 times C minus A. Now the question says that the numbers on reversing the digits is also divisible by 7. How many such 3-digit numbers exist? And all the 3 digits are different. So since the number this is divisible by 7, this is divisible by 7, so the difference will also be divisible by 7. So the difference is 99 times C minus A. Since 99 is not divisible by 7, so C minus A must be divisible by 7, and this K can be equal to 1, because C and A range from 0 to 9, or rather 1 to 9. So C minus A can be put as equal to 7, or you can say C is equal to 7 plus A. So what are the possible solutions for this? In order for C to be in the range of 1 to 9, you can have A equals 1, then C will be equal to 8, A is equal to 2, C will be equal to 9. These are the only 2 solutions that we can have. Now let us see. So the numbers can be A, B, C. That means 1, B, 8, or 2, B, 9. Now from these numbers we have to check. We should have those B for which these numbers are divisible by 7. So we can put individual values of B, and we find that only 1, 6, 8 and 2, 5, 9 will satisfy the criteria. These are divisible by 7. So how many digits do we obtain? We obtain 168, 1, 2, 15. Now we reverse this, we get 861 and 952. So in all we get 4 such numbers which satisfy the criteria. So the answer should be 4. That is B. So now we move on to the next question. So this is a reasoning, this one. Let's move on to 11. So question number 11 says how many numbers are there between 99 and 1000 such that the digit 8 occupies the units place. So simply find out numbers between 99 and 1000 such that the units digit occupies the units place. So let's see what all numbers are there between 99 and 1000. The first number that will be there will be simply 108. The next number will be 118. Then you will have 128 and so on up to 198. These will be how many? 10 numbers. Then next will be 208, 218 and so on up to 298. These again will be 10 numbers. And so on you go on up to 908, 918 and so on up to 998. These will be again 10 numbers. And total, these are 9 sets, so 9 into 10, that means we'll have 90 numbers in total. So your answer will be 90. This is the answer. C. So let's move on to question number 13. Interesting question. Practical question. The age of x last year was the square of a number and it would be the cube of a number next year. What is the least number of years he was wait for his age to become the cube of a number again? Now let the age of Mr. X last year, let his age last year equal to the square of a number. So let us take n square. So if his age last year was n square, present age will be simply n square plus 1. Next year his age will be n square plus 2. And that should be equal to the cube of a number. So just by trial and error, if we see, if we put say k equal to 2, 2 cube will be 8, 8 minus 2 is 6, n square is equal to 6 won't give a natural number n. We put k equal to say 3, 3 cube is 27, n square is equal to 25, which implies n is equal to 5. So that will be the solution. So his present age will be simply 5 square plus 1, that is equal to 26 years. Now how many years must he wait for his age to become the cube of a number again? Now since the next number after 3 will be 4, so 4 cube is 64. So he must wait 64 minus 26, that means 38 years for his age to become the cube of a number again. So the answer should be this one, 38 years. So next question now. Okay, so question number 14. P works twice as fast as Q. P and Q together can work 4 times as fast as R. If P, Q and R work together on a job, in what ratio should they share the earnings? So this one is a simple one. If I assume that P takes n days to complete a work, Q will take 3n days, as P works thrice as fast as Q. Now if they work together, they can complete one in 1 day. P and Q will do 1 by n plus 1 by 3n work. That means 4 by 3n work. R can work, P and Q together can work 4 times as fast as R. So R in one day will be able to do how much work? 1 by 3n, because you divide this by 4, so 1 by 3n work will be able to do in one day. So P in one day can do 1 by n work, Q can do 1 by 3n work, and R can do 1 by 3n work. So depending upon the work done, they will get their earnings. So the ratio of the earnings will be simply 1 by 3n is to 1 by 3n. Just multiply by 3n throughout, you get 3 to 1 to 1. That will be the answer. So this is my answer. So now moving on to the next question. Say question number 15. So we are given following relationship among the members of the family of 6 persons. So firstly there are 6 persons. So let's say A, B, C, D, E, F. So A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 persons. The number of males is equal to that of the number of females. Okay, A and E are sons of F. So if they are sons of F, they will be males, A and E. They are sons of F. They both will be males. D is the mother of 2, so D will be a female. One is a boy, one is a girl. B is the son of A. Again, B will be a male. So since there are equal number of males and females, so 1, 2, 3 males, so these remaining will be females. Now, since A and E are sons of F, so F is the mother of A and E, since she is a female. D is the mother of 2, 1 boy and 1 girl. So D is the mother of 2, 1 boy and 1 girl. B is the son of A. B is the son of A, so A is the father of B. There is only one married couple in the family at present. So there is only one married couple. So since A and E, since D is the mother of 2, so D is the mother of 2. That means D will be the mother of B and mother of 2. And since there is only one married couple, so since she is the mother of 2, this person is the father, and there is only one married couple, so this has to be the married couple, A and D. So we can look at the inference. A is the husband of D, simply. So this one is my answer. So now we move on to number 16. Let's move on to number 17. Skip 16 for the time being. So problem number 17. If 2 boys and 2 girls are to be arranged in a row so that girls are not next to each other, how many possible arrangements are there? So let's see. So 2 boys, 2 girls are to be arranged in a row so that the girls are never together. That means you can have a boy here, a girl here, a boy here, a girl here. You can't have the 2 girls together. Similarly, you can have a girl here, a boy here, a girl here, a boy here. You can have a girl here, the boy is here, the girl here. So how many possible arrangements are there? So since these are the only 3 arrangements that are possible, so 3 is the answer. So the answer is 3. Now move on to the next question. Question number 18. This is a cube problem. The outer surface of a 4 by 4 by 4 cube is painted in red. It is sliced parallel to the faces to yield 64 1 by 1 by 1 small cubes. How many cubes do not have painted faces? Simply, if you draw a cube, so this is a cube. This is 4 by 4 by 4. Now you slice it into 64 smaller cubes. So each of them will be 1 by 1 by 1. Now the surface has been painted. So let's see how many cubes are painted with at least 1 face totally. So when we add 1, let's take the corner ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 are the corner cubes. Total there will be, so the total volume is 64 centimeter cube. Total there will be 64 cubes. Each is of 1 centimeter cube. Volume will remain the same. So 8 you have corner cubes. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. These middle cubes. 4 into, you have faces how many? Go to 6. 6 faces. 24. You have these ones, the middle ones, these ones. Now look at these cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the side cubes. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 number. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you will have 16 side cubes. So let's see if any cube is remaining. This is 8, 24. You have taken this, you have taken these, you have taken these. All these have been taken. So you have 8 plus, this is 24 plus 16, 48. Now counted the corner cubes, we have counted these cubes, these cubes, they come out to be 24, and we have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 into 2, 16, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 into, no sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and similarly on the opposite side, 4 into 2, 8. So plus 8, you get 56. Total you have 64. 64 minus 56 is simply 8. So the answer will be simply 8. So the next question now, question number 19. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people standing in a row facing north. So let's draw this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is say the north. So B is not a neighbor of G, F is to the immediate right of G and neighbor of E, G is not at the extreme end, A is 6 to the left of E, H is 6 to the right of C. These are the details that we have been given. So if I take H, 6 to the right of C. So if I take C at this position, assume C here, so 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, H should be here. So A, another option can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I take C here, then your H is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, these are the only two possibilities according to the statement. Then A is 6 to the left of E. Now if my E is here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then A should be here. And if my E is here, then my A should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A should be here. Now G is not at the extreme end in both. You can see G is not at the extreme end. F is to the immediate right of G and neighbor of E. Now since F is a neighbor of E, so this assumption is wrong because F you can't place anywhere to be a neighbor of E now. So here if I place F, F is a neighbor of E and he is to the immediate right of G, so G must be here. Now B is not a neighbor of G, so B has to be here, remaining is D. So this is my final conclusion. Now what is correct in these statements? You can see G is to the immediate right of D. This is the correct option. So this is my correct answer. So moving on to the next question. Question number 20. In a certain code, 256 means red color chalk, 589 means green color flower, 254 means white color chalk. What indicates white? So write it down. 256 589 254. In these two numbers, the common is 5. And red color chalk, green color flower, common is color. So color is equal to 5. Now in 256 and 254, you have 2 common and you have 5 common. So 256 is red color chalk, and 254 is white color chalk. We already know 5 is color, So 2 should be chalk. So if 2 is chalk, 5 is color, then 4 must be white. So 4 must be white. That is the answer. So moving on. See the passage. We'll skip the passage. Move on to this. Question number 28. So the average rainfall in a city for the first 4 days is 0.4 inch. Rainfall on the last 2 days is in the ratio of 4 to 3. The average of the 6 days was this much. What was the rainfall on the 5th day? So this is a simple one. We can calculate. So the average rainfall in city for the first 4 days is 0.4 inch. So the total rainfall for first 4 days will be simply 0.4 into 4. That means 1.6 inch. The rainfall on the last 2 days is in the ratio 4 to 3. So since it is in the ratio 4 to 3, let's take it as 4x and 3x on the last 2 days. So the total rainfall for 6 days will be 1.6 plus 4x plus 3, that is 7x. And the average rainfall will be divided by 6, and that is given as 0.5 inch. So 7x is equal to 3 minus 1.6, that is 1.4. X is equal to 0.2. So what was the rainfall on the 5th day? On the 5th day it was 4x. So 4 into 0.2 is 0.8, and that is your answer. 0.8 inch. Now the next question, that will solve 3 of your questions. So these are lecturers from different cities. Each one of them is specialized in a different subject. And these are the statements that are given. So let's solve one by one. So there are 2 to 4 to 6, 7 lecturers. We'll draw it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we take them as A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now let's jot down the cities. City and the subject as per the statements. So lecturer D is from Shillong. So just write down. So just jot down the information that is available first. I'm writing Shillong is small. We need to write down the full. Lecturer C is from Delhi. Specializes in sociology. Then lecturer B is specialized in neither history nor mathematics. Lecturer A, who specializes in economics, we are given economics, does not belong to Hyderabad. Lecturer F, who is specialized in commerce, belongs to Srinagar. F belongs to Srinagar and specializes in commerce. G belongs to Chennai and specializes in statistics. So this is the data that is available with us first. Now A does not belong to Hyderabad. So we can have 2 options, either B or E should belong to Hyderabad. So let's fill it out. let's take B belongs to Hyderabad. This is an assumption, two cases can be there. So again it will be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now C is D. This B belongs to Hyderabad. This was social, this was commerce, this was statistics. This was information. Now, since B belongs to Hyderabad and lecturer from Kanpur is specialized in geography. So from Kanpur specializes in geography. Also we are given that B does not specialize in history nor mathematics. So the subject here cannot be history, cannot be mathematics. So this is the subject. Subject of B cannot be history and cannot be mathematics. So okay, one more thing we have missed here is this is economics. So this is the subject of A, that is economics. So your city. Now B does not specialize in history or mathematics. So history or mathematics cannot come here. So it must come either here or here. And if you leave out history and mathematics, you are left with a subject of so history or mathematics can come here and history and mathematics can come here. So the subject that you're remaining with is economics, you have filled up, commerce you have filled up, history or mathematics you have filled up, sociology you have filled up, geography you have not filled up, history, mathematics you have filled up, statistics you have filled up. So geography. So now it says that lecturer from Kanpur is specialized in geography. But if you say that B specializes in geography, then he's not from Kanpur, he's from Hyderabad. So this assumption is wrong. The second assumption that we can have is that E belongs to Hyderabad. So let's draw it again. E belongs to Hyderabad. So if E belongs to Hyderabad, you can have, let's fill out the known facts first. So if D belongs to Hyderabad, so just E, let E belong to Hyderabad. So we have filled out E belongs to Hyderabad. So now just check. Now Kanpur person specializes in geography, so we have only one choice to fill that, that is this one. Kanpur person specializes in geography. So now you're remaining with mathematics and history. So DE can have either history or mathematics. So this can have history or mathematics, this can have history or mathematics. So now you are left with the city. This is your city. You have Kanpur filled up, you have Delhi, you have Shillong, you have Hyderabad, you have Srinagar, and you have Chennai. So the remaining is Mumbai. Mumbai must go naturally here. So now let's see the questions. You have the table fill up. Who is specialized in geography? So let's see. This is the subject. Geography. This is geography. So you can see B. B is specialized in geography. So that is your answer. To which city does the lecturer specialize in economics belong? Now your economics is this. And you can see it is A, belongs to Mumbai. So your answer to this is Mumbai. Now which of the following belongs to Hyderabad? Now city Hyderabad, you can see it is E. So the answer is E. So 3 questions solved quickly. So moving on, question number 32. So in a school there are 5 teachers, A, B, C, D, E. A and B teach Hindi and English, C and B teach English and Geography, D and E teach Mathematics and Hindi, E and B teach History and French. Who teaches the maximum number of subjects? This one is a simple one. So you have A, B, C, D, E. Now A and B teach Hindi and English. So Hindi, English. A and B, Hindi, English. C and B teach English and Geography. C and B teach English and Geography. English is already there, so Geography. D and A teach Mathematics and Hindi. D teaches Mathematics and Hindi. And A teaches Mathematics and Hindi. Hindi is already there. E and B teach History and French. E and B teach History and French. B, History and French. So from this, maximum number of subjects are being taught by B. So your answer is this one, B. So now the next question we move on to. That is question number 33. A 2-digit number is reversed. The larger of the 2 numbers is divided by the smaller one. What is the largest possible remainder? Now this is a very intuitive question. Nothing much to do in this. There is a number, say xy. You reverse it, it becomes yx. And when you divide yx from xy, what is the largest possible remainder? Now since these are 2-digit numbers, we must find a number such that when you double it, it should be less than your 100, because it is a 2-digit number, so that the remainder is the largest. So if I take 49, if you double it, you get 98, which is less than 100. It is a 2-digit number. And when you reverse 49, you get 94. So when you divide these two, it will go just 1 times, because that is why we chose a number such that twice of this is less than 100. And when you reverse this, you get a number such that the twice the number is greater than reversing the number. So this will go just once, and the difference shall be 45, and that will be the maximum difference, maximum remainder possible. So that is your answer, 45. the next question, 34. The monthly incomes of X and Y are in the ratio 4:3. Their monthly expenses are in the ratio 3:2. And each is saving 6,000 per month. What is their total monthly income? So you have, say, X, you have Y, you have their income, you have their expenses. So incomes are in the ratio. So let us say this is the income. Expenditures will be 3E and 2E. Now you're given that each is saving the same. The saving will be income minus expenditure. That means 4I minus 3E is equal to 3I minus 2E. That is equal to 6,000. From these two equations you get I is equal to E. That is income equal to the expenditure. Now putting here you get I is equal to 6,000. So you are asked the total monthly income. Total monthly income is 7I. That means 42,000. So that is the answer. Simple. 42,000. Moving on. You have question number 35. A little tricky. A little imagination required in this. So two walls and a ceiling of a room meet at right angles at a point P. It flies in the air 1 meter from the wall. One wall 8 meters from the other, 9 meters from the point P. How many meters is the fly from the ceiling? So it's, you have to imagine a little bit. Suppose this is your ceiling. This is your ceiling. These are the, say, this is wall 1, this is wall 2, this is your ceiling. So the fly is somewhere, say here in space, and it is 1 meter from one wall, so it is 1 meter from here, and it is 9 meters, 8 meters from the other wall. These are meeting at a point P, and this distance is also given. From point P it is 9 meters. So this is 1 meter, this is 8 meter. So when you do this, you get a rectangle. The diagonal of the rectangle will be simply 1 square plus 8 square. That will be equal to root of 65. Now you have to find out this from the ceiling, distance of the fly from the ceiling. That means you have to find out this. From the Pythagoras theorem you get, now this is 9, so 9 square minus this square, that is 65 under root. So this is how much? 81 minus 65, that is 60, that is 4. So it is 4 meters from the wall, and that is your answer. So now we move on to question number 36. So there are 8 railway stations connected by two-way passages or one-way passages. One-way passages exist like this, two-way passages are between this. So let's see, how do we draw this? Just draw it down. Say A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. This is your A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So now one-way passages are from C to A. Start drawing. C to A, E to G. So E to G, then B to F. You have a one-way passage from B to F. then T to H, G to C, G, C, E to C, so E to C, and H to G. So a small one, H to G. And two-way passages are between A and E. So you can draw this like this, A and E. It's a two-way passage. Then G and B. So G and B. This is again a two-way passage. And F and D. F and D is a two-way passage. And E and D. So E and D is also a two-way passage. Now the question that you've been asked is, while traveling from C to H, which station must be passed through? When you're traveling from C to H, so let us see the possible paths. How can you travel from C to H? So C to H, you have only one outgoing node, so it will be C to A. You go from A to E, you go from E to D, and you go from D to H. So which station must be passed through? In these options you can see it is E. So your answer is E. Now let's see the part 2 of this question. In how many different ways can a train travel from F to A without passing through any station more than once? So this is question 37. So you have to go from F to A. How many paths can be there? So F is this and A is this. From F, one option can be you can go from F to D, and from D you go to E, E you go to C, and C you go to A. Second can be you go from F to D, D to E, and there is one direct route from E to A. Then you can have, say, number 3. You go from F to D, D to H. From D you go to H. From H you go to G, G you go to C, and C you go to A. And another path could possibly be from F you go to D, D you go to E. From E you go to G, from G you go to C, and from C you go to A. So there are 4 paths that are possible. So the answer will be 4. Now next is, if the route between G and C is closed, which one of the following stations need not be passed when traveling from H to C? Now you are closing G and C. So let's close G and C. So G and C, this one. G and C you closed. So now we have to pass from H to C. Now let's see. From H to C. So you have to move from H to C. So this is H. So let's see the path. From H you can only go to G. From G you can go to B. And from B you can go to F. F to D, D to E, and E to C. So this is the path. Which of these need not be passed? So these are the stations that you have to pass. So G, B, F, D, E. So A is the answer. A you need not pass through. So moving on. 39. There are certain two-digit numbers. The difference between the number and the one obtained on reversing it is always 27. How many maximum two-digit numbers are there? So let's look at this problem. So certain two-digit numbers, let's take say AB is a number, on reversing it you will get BA. The difference between the two will be, so this is the larger number, then 10B plus A minus 10A plus B, that is simply 9 times B minus A. Now given the difference is 27. B minus A will be 3, or you can say that B will be equal to A plus 3. Now A possible values can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which lead to B equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So these are the possible numbers. So the numbers can be 14, 25, 36, 47, 58 and 69. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So the answer is none of the above. Now moving on to the next simple question. The total number of digits printed if a book contains 150 pages is to be numbered from 1 to 150. So you have to find out the total number of digits that are printed. So let's see, from when you printing from 1 to 9 page numbers, you will have 9 digits. Now from 10 to 99, you will have 90 into 2, because each number has 2 digits, so 180 digits. And from 100 to 150, you will have 51 into 3, that is 153 digits. So you add all these, you'll get 342 digits. That is your answer. Now we skip the passage, move on to the next question. So it is question number 48. So suppose the average weight of 9% is 50 kg, the average weight of the first 5% is 45 kg, the average weight of the last 5% is 55 kg. What is the weight of the 5th person? So average weight of 9% is 50 kg. So total weight of 9% will be simply 9 into 50, that is 450 kg. Average weight of the first 5 persons is 45, so total weight will be 45 into 5, that is 225, and last 5 will be 55 into 5, that is 275. So total weight of 9 persons is 450 kg, first 5 is 225, last 5 is 275. So you can say that the total weight of the first, or rather last 4 people, total weight will be 450 minus 225, that is 225. The total weight of the last 4 people is 225, last 5 is 275, so of the 5th person will be simply 50 kgs. So that is your answer. So moving on, question 49. So in a group of 6 women, there are 4 tennis players, 4 postgraduates, 1 postgraduate, and so and so. So let's just fill up the information that we have. Have 6 women, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have Vimla, Kamla, then you have Amla, Komala, then you have Nirmala, and Shyamala. These are the 6 women. Now let's fill up the information. First, their profession, and then their graduation, subject. So Vimla and Kamla are bank employees. So Vimla and Kamla are bank employees. Amla and Komal are unemployed, so this is unemployed. Amla and Komala, these are unemployed. Then Komala and Nirmala are among the tennis players. So just sport also you can mention. Komala and Nirmala are among the tennis players. Now Amla, Kamla, Komal and Nirmala are postgraduates in sociology. Amla, then Kamla, Komala and Nirmala. These are postgraduates in sociology, and 2 of them are bank employees. So we already have 1 bank employee, these 2 are unemployed, so this must be the bank employee, Nirmala. If Shyamala is a postgraduate in commerce, so she is in commerce, who among the following is both a tennis player and a bank employee? You can see this tennis player and a bank employee is Nirmala. So these are just questions to confuse you, simple. So Nirmala. Next question, question number 50. So P is 40% A plus 65% B, Q is 50% A plus 50% B, A is greater than B. So which of these statements is correct? So So we are given that P is equal to 0.4 A plus 0.65 B and Q is 0.5 A plus B. A greater than B, so A plus B will be greater than QB. So 0.5 times A plus B will be greater than B, that is Q will be greater than B. One inference. There we get Q greater than B. Similarly, we can write P as 0.4 A plus B plus 0.25 B. Now this can be written as P is greater than 0.8 B plus 0.25 B, which is 1.05 B. So P is greater than 1.05 B is the second inference. P greater than 1.05 B. This is inference number 2. So we really can't conclude anything from this because Q is greater than B, P is greater than this P. But you can't say anything the relationship between P and Q. So this will be option number D. Now question number 51. A watch loses 2 minutes in every 24 hours, another gains 2 minutes in every 24 hours. At a particular instant, they show an identical time. Which of the following statement is correct if the 24-hour clock is followed? Now, again, if they have to show the identical time, if it is losing 2 minutes every 24 hours, so it must lose 24 hours. One watch must lose 24 hours. And one watch must gain 24 hours to show the same time because it is a 24-hour clock. So 2 minutes it is losing in 24 hours. So 24 hours, that means into 60 minutes it will be losing in how many hours? It will be 24 into 60 by 2. So these many hours, to find out the number of days you divide it by 24. So you get 24 into 30. So it must lose 24 hours in 720 days, and the other watch will gain 24 hours in the same. So 720 days should be the answer. So as per this, it should be none of the above. So let's move on to 53. So a clock strikes once at 1 o'clock, twice at 2 o'clock, thrice at 3 o'clock, so on. It takes 12 seconds to strike at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, it will strike 5 times, and it takes 12 seconds for the same. That means for striking 1 time, it will take 12 by 5 seconds. So at 10 o'clock, it will take 24 seconds. So the answer is 24. Question number 55. There are 13 two-digit consecutive odd numbers. 39 is the mean of the first 5 such numbers. What is the mean of all 13 numbers? To solve such kind of problems, we'll take, say, the 13 numbers as k plus 2, k minus 2, k plus 4, k plus 6, k plus 8, k plus 10, k k plus 12, 6, 7. Similarly, k minus 4, k minus 6, k minus 8, k minus 10, and k minus 12. These are the 13 numbers. Now given that 39 is the mean of the first 5 such numbers, so the first 5 numbers will be k minus 8 plus k minus 6 plus k minus 4. The mean of these first 5 numbers is 39. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, k, 12, 22, 30, 36, 40 is equal to 39 times 5, which is simply 195. So 5k will be equal to 235. K will be equal to 47. What is the mean of all the 30 numbers? Now though you can see the mean, since this is distributed here, this is distributed here, all these will cancel, plus 2 minus 2 and so on. The mean will be the center number, that is k. So k, this is the mean. So the answer is 47. Now the next question, 56. 6 boys play a game of cards. Each has a pack of 10 cards. F borrows this much, this much, this much. Just write it down. You'll get the answer. So 6 boys: A, B, C, D, E, F. C, D, E, and F. These are 6 boys. Play a game of cards. Each has initially 10, 10, 10, and 10. So F borrows 2 cards from A. So A will have 8, F will have 12, and gives away 5 to C. Now if he gives away 5, he is left with 7. Gives away 5 to C, C has 15. Now C gives 3 to B. If he gives away 3 to B, B has 13. 13 gives 6 to D. If he gives away 6 to D, B has 16. Who passes 1 to E? So E has 11. Number of cards possessed by D and E. Now D plus E have 15 plus 11, that means 26 cards. Now which of these has 26 cards? Say 8 and 7, 15, and 11, 26. That means A, B, and E, which is not an option. Now say B, C, and F. That is 12, 7, 19, 7, 26. B, C, F is an option. So that is your right answer. Moving on. Question number 57. There is a milk sample of 50% water. 1/3 is added to equal amount of pure milk. Water in the new mixture will fall down. So there is a milk sample. 50% is water. That means half is milk, half is water. If 1/3 of this milk, now 1/3 of this milk will have 1/6 milk, 1/6 water, is added to equal amount of pure milk. That means 1/3 milk. This is added. So this will become 1/3 plus 1/6 milk, 1/6 water. That means 1/2 milk in 1/6 water. So the water in the new mixture percentage will be simply 1/6 divided by 1/6 plus 1/2. That is simply into 100. That is simply 100 divided by 3 plus 1, that means 25%. So that is your answer, 25%. So moving on. On to question number 59. freight train left Delhi for Mumbai. So this is Delhi, this is Mumbai, at an average speed of say 40 kmph. So this is the freight train A. Now after this, an express train after 2 hours left on a parallel track at 60 kmph. Where will they meet? Now say the distance that A travels will be in a time say t is 40t. Distance that say this mail express B travels, since it starts 2 hours late, it will be 60t minus 2. So 40t is equal to 60t minus 2. That means 20t is equal to 120. T is equal to 6. After 6 hours they will meet. And how far from Delhi? That means they will meet at 40 into 6. That means 240 kilometers from Delhi. So that is the answer. So next question. In a test, Randhir obtains more marks than the total of Kunal and Devu. Total marks obtained by Kunal and Shankar are more than Randhir. Sonal obtained more marks than Shankar. Neha obtains more marks than Randhir. These are the data that we have. Now N, that is Neha, is greater than Randhir. Randhir is greater than Kunal and Devu. And this is data. Who has the highest marks? Plus D from this. That means Shankar is greater than Devu. So one data we have this. So Sonal has more than Shankar, Shankar has more than Devu. And one data we have Neha greater than Randhir. So who obtains the highest marks is not clear from these two. So this data is inadequate. Next is the passage. We'll just skip the passage. Okay, so now we move on to question number 71. If second and fourth Saturdays and all the Sundays are taken as the only holidays, what will be the minimum number of possible days? Now the minimum number of days in a month is February 28th, second and fourth Saturdays, that means 2 days, and we can take 4 Sundays, that means 6 days. So just 28 minus 6 is 22 days are working. So that is your answer. Next question. Here is simply, if there is a policy that 1/3 of the population has migrated every year from one place to another, what is the leftover population after the 6th year if there is no further growth? So if I say the initial population is 1, after the first year, 1/3 has migrated, so remaining is 2/3. Similarly, after second year, there will be 1/3 again migrates, so 2/3 square. Third year will be 2/3 cube, and after the 6th year will be 2/3 raised to the power 6. That is 2 to 64. That is 64 by 729. So that is your answer. Next question. 4 tests are to be conducted on 4 consecutive days, not necessarily in the same order. The physics test is held before the test which is conducted after biology. Chemistry is conducted exactly after 2 tests are held. What is the last test held? So let's see how to solve this problem. Four subjects. Now physics test is held before the test which is conducted after biology. So firstly chemistry is held exactly after 2 tests are held. So 1, 2 chemistry will be here. Chemistry is fixed. Now physics test is held before the test which is conducted after biology. Physics test is held before the test which is conducted after biology. So you can have maths. Another option you can have physics test is conducted before the test which is conducted after biology. Here. So physics test is held before the test which is conducted after biology. So after biology you can have maths. So these are the 2 options. So the last test will be of course mathematics. Now we'll move on to question number 74. Sum of income of A and B is more than that of C and D. A and C is same as that of B and D. A earns half as much as this. Whose income is the highest? So sum of income of A and B is greater than C and D put together, and A and C is the same as B and D. A is equal to half B and D. If we substitute this here, we get A plus C equals 2A, which implies A is equal to C. So substituting in this equation, number 1, B will be greater than D. So whose income is the highest? Since A and C have equal incomes, they cannot be the highest as per the options. B is greater than D, so B must be the highest. So this is a question of pillars, and you are given that there are 3 pillars, say X, Y, Z, and there are spiders, 3 spiders. So effectively spider A is climbing 6 minus 1, that is 5 centimeters. B is climbing 7 minus 3, that is 4, and C is climbing 6.5 minus 2, that is 4.5 in one go. If they are taking 40 chances, in 39 chances they will be traveling, say 39 into 5, 39 into 4, and 39 into 4.5. So the minimum will be 39 into 4. 39 times 4 will be simply 156. Now if I in the 40th, that is the last chance, B will climb, say the height is something. If it is say 163, then after climbing say 156, it will climb 7 up, again it will come down. So it will not reach the top. Only when it is less than 163, it can reach the top. So the height should be less than 163, and we have just one option there, that is 161. So that will be the answer. So the next one is simply 15 students fail in a class of 52. So number of people who pass will be simply 52 minus 15, that means 37. Then a merit is prepared in which the position of Ramesh is 22nd from the top. From the bottom it will be simply 37 minus 22 plus 1, that is 16. 79. So A plus B means A is son of B, A minus B means A is wife of B. So P plus R minus Q means P is son of R and R is wife of Q. So R, Q and P. This is the mother, this is the father, this is the son. This is the relationship. So let's see, Q is the father of P. This is the correct answer. Question number 80. Quickly one. Let's see what it says. So Gopal bought a cell phone and sold it to Ram at 10% profit. Say Gopal bought it for ₹1. He sold it to Ram at 10% profit. That means he sold it for 1.1 rupees. Then Ram wanted to sell it back to Gopal at 10% loss. Ram wants to sell it to Gopal at 10% loss. So 10% loss means he wants to sell it at 0.99 rupees to Gopal. So what will be Gopal's position if he agrees? Now he spent 1 rupees and he's again have to spend 0.99 rupees to get it back. So effectively it will be 1 minus 0.99, that means 0.01. It will be 0.01 by 1 into 100, that means 1%, and he will be at a loss because he bought it initially for 1 rupees, he spent 1 rupees and again he has to spend, rather gain, he will be gained. He will have to spend only 0.99 rupees to buy it now. So it will be a gain of 1%. That's it. Thank you.